The man's hand started glowing before he made any strange movements. So he's likely a sorcerer, or maybe it's a magic item, or maybe he just recited it beforehand and he's a wizard. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Before reciting in a single word or make a wave of his hand, Naraka would. The man projected forth the orange haze toward Naraka. The orc froze, staggering into a rigid stance. Damn it! Mika was caught off guard. I thought it was some kind of blast. Wait, orange. Mind magic? Did he paralyze him? Fuck! Mika glanced over to Naraka, then over to the human. He didn't know enough about mind spell, if that is what it was, to tell what he could do to him. Even if the man is a mage, he's still physically bigger than me, and more sturdy than the construct. Straightforward charge would be more effective from the orc while I try to get one from the side. Also, maybe he has more tricks up his sleeve, and having Naraka as a shield can't be a bad idea. Naraka, attack! What are you doing? Naraka! Mika shouted. He wasn't sure if that dispelled the magic, but what else could he do? For now, he was at least taking a more defensive spot to put a grinskin between him and the human. But the human wasn't moving. He was smiling. Naraka? Mika looked back at the orc. He was breathing. He was holding the axe, but he was not moving. Mika grunted. How am I going to break the spell? What bangles was it? White? Do I have any with the ones I took? The halfling started digging in his bag. Mika moved forward, not a mere meter behind the orc, and held what hoped was a white crystal from what he could see as he used the traces of moonlight peeking through the tree tops, and shouted, Naraka! Nothing. All right. I hold it, reach forward, and imagine that the magic is dispersed out of the orc. Fuck! Why didn't I listen during magic lessons? Wait, why is my hand glowing red? Stop! Stop! Ah! The halfling dropped the sizzling Grand Baetylus. Almost fried Naraka. I can see the humans green from here. Disgusting! Naraka, snip out of it! Mika grew impatient, moving his hand to push against the back of Naraka's leg, trying to shove him forward, but given the height and weight difference, it was more a suggestive nudge to try and get the brute out of his trance. Maybe I can try to use the Grand Baetylus remotely again? Mika considered as he suddenly saw movement. Naraka moved, but not forward. He looked back and down at the halfling. What are you looking at me for? Attack! Mika felt a warmth on his chest. Whoosh! He saw Naraka's axe rise. But where did it fall? Mika looked down. Why is he soaked? Did he lay down a wet patch? No, it's sticky. Oh, wait. I can't feel my legs anymore. Mika fell down to the ground like a rag doll that suddenly lost its puppet master. He was starting to feel dizzy, hazy. The eyes of the brute above him shone in orange, a monster's eyes. That's right. Orcs are monsters, I forgot. When did I forget that? That's brilliant! The human laughed. His voice felt like a stab into Mika's brain. The halfling was already bleeding copious amounts of blood, and now he was also bleeding out of rage. What do you know? A leashed animal does lash, I guess. The human was looking at Naraka. At least Mika thought so, but his vision kept getting hazier. Now, Orc, you can understand me, right? Oh, your little master wouldn't have tried to command you. I suggest you drop the stones and run off now before I kill you. Was it a command spell? I thought it was paralysis, but if it is, then why isn't he just telling Naraka what to do? And why is the ground shaking? No, it wasn't shaking. Something big was shaking. Naraka was shaking. It was afraid. The orc was struck with literal fear. Fear. He made the orc afraid. I'm going to die. Maybe Dad was right. He should have studied more about magic. Maybe then he could have used the Grand Baetylus from the start. I'm going to die! Naraka pulled out the two crystals from behind him, and their light shone like two small suns in the darkness of the forest, revealing fully the human's ecstatic face. The weird smudge is moving, Nika thought, as he glanced behind the human. Not that he had a choice, as his head was stuck like this when he fell dead. He heard weird loud grunts. A shot of purple light lit up from the tree line where the smudge wavered, blinding Mika. He heard a cry from the human, and more grunts. One was Nuraka, he thinks, but the other he couldn't recognize. It was loud and it was distant. I'm going away. He was no longer away to the ground next to Mika. It seems Nuraka has moved from the wet patch the halfling died on. He thinks Nuraka and the other voice were pushing back the human. Father, I failed. No, Nuraka will rescue you. Will he? Does he know how? Won't he? Why did he rescue the halfling all these times? Why did the halfling rescue him? Why did I rescue him? For his strength, didn't he? He needed his strength to go back. I don't think I have his strength anymore, the way I am. So, now what? I die. Tobias got hit in the back of his head. All he could see was purple and blurry fingers. He tried to reach out with his hand to keep the magic flowing into the orc, but it was too late. The flow of magic broke. He couldn't concentrate enough to do it again. Ah! By the hells! The human shouted. Did the two of them know I was coming? Were they preparing a trap? The human turned and saw another orc, a brown skin, now visible by the glow of its purple staff.